Hey everybody, in this episode I'm talking to Tim from Revolutionary Hot Sauce. I have 4 sauces to try on this episode: Hot Java, Adjika, Sweet Wave, and Phantasm. I can't wait to sit down with Tim and crack into these sauces, so stay tuned and enjoy. Hi everybody, welcome to Fire and Flavor. I am with Tim from Revolutionary Hot Sauce. How you doing today, Tim?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for giving me some of your time, sending me some beautiful sauces that we're going to talk about today. I'm very happy to have you. So thanks again,
Yeah.
dude.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, dude. I'm glad you reached out. So we can just hop right into it. What inspired you to start this company, Revolutionary Hot Sauce?
Not really sure. I used to be into the homebrew scene and brewing in general. I was pretty heavily into that, and I kind of think I just kind of wanted to get out of that for a little bit.
Ooh,
And I'd just found like Hot Ones and craft hot sauce and all that, and so I just kind of made a natural progression from craft beer into craft hot sauce. Um, I just kind of tried to take what I was doing with that and put it into the hot sauce.
that's pretty cool, man. It's funny you say that because you're not the first person I've talked to that started by doing beer. Another guy I talked to, he started by doing fermentations and doing beer, just couldn't get the beer scene going. So he moved on to hot sauce. And
Yeah,
it was very funny talking to him because trying his hot sauce, it was very much like tasting beer or wine. It was very interesting.
it's
So
not a big jump.
no,
And with the hot sauce, I try and make everything for taste and flavor, enjoyment.
absolutely.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, just trying to keep it interesting with different, ingredients and things like that. Like none of my hot sauces are exactly the same. You know what I mean? Like I always try and do something different with each one that I create. So keeps it interesting.
It's good, man. It's important to have the flavor. I've said it to pretty much everyone I've had on here. And that's like I believe there's a hot sauce for everyone, and you should be able to find something you like. A lot of people look at hot sauce as a novelty, when it really isn't, because you got yourself like the bomb, and then you have something that's totally packed with flavor. And while it might burn your face off, you love it, and you're willing to go through that just to eat it, right?
Yeah.
And just to highlight some of the stuff I have here today, I have, pardon me if I butcher this, the Adjika, Adjika,
Ajika.
Adjika, tomato and green apple. So we got that one today. Phantasm, ghost pepper and honey. That's pretty awesome. Love good honey hot sauce. Hot Java. This is probably the most unique one that I have from you today, I think. Sumatra Gallo and Cherry Bomb. It's actually a collaboration, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get more into that.
Yes.
And Sweet Wave, mango jalapeno. I see a lot of mango hob. I don't really see much mango jalapeno, so that's really cool.
Yeah. That's why probably the main reason I did that was because everybody does a mango habanero. So I was just trying to be a little different.
I like it, man, and I like the coloration of this. Actually, it's like a very pale green. It's cool.
Yeah.
I
I
like
go
it. The
for I go for a great color
Mhm.
with my sauces as well as flavor.
Yeah, I really like that I can like see everything in there, so you most likely don't strain anything out.
Nope.
Love it. Um, so why don't you tell us about how you named your company Revolutionary Hot Sauce? Obviously, you're from
Well,
Pennsylvania.
yeah. Um, Originally the name was something different, and what I didn't do was get trademarking immediately, which I think is an easy mistake for a lot of business owners to do. And then I got a cease and desist, and so I just decided to change the name. The revolutionary hot sauce had already been on Hot Ones, and so I was like, that's probably my most famous sauce. It's a good name. It kind of still represents what I'm trying to do with the sauce, with unique ingredients and flavor, and just trying to be revolutionary. So it kind of all worked out in the end, I think, and it was a long, tedious process, the changeover, and it's still happening. But we're getting there.
That's pretty awesome, man. So you were on Hot Ones, huh? Your sauce was?
Yeah, yeah,
That's crazy. That must have been like surreal.
it is crazy. Wasn't expecting it, but I was sending Heatness hot sauce, and so eventually they got back to me about that one. I think they liked some of the ingredients that were in that one. There's pink Himalayan sea salt, pink peppercorns, blue agave. So I think that it was unique ingredients, and that's kind of what they were looking for at that time.
And that one was the revolutionary hot sauce. Is that the name of it itself?
Yeah,
And then
revolutionary.
you
It's
just like made the brand off this. It's
yeah,
cool.
it's a roasted bell pepper and scorpion. There's like a touch of lime and the blue agave and all the other ingredients.
Sounds very nice, sweet and hot.
Yeah, it's roasty, savory, really good. You can't put it on anything.
What season was that on?
It was on season 16.
Okay. Relatively recent.
That's kind of crazy because there's probably almost like 30 seasons now.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
crazy.
they do three per year,
Man,
so things move quickly.
they really do. Truthfully, I haven't watched Hot Ones in a while, but I can't even believe how long it's been around at this point, man. Like that show,
And
I
how
was
much it's
addicted to it.
grown.
Yeah.
It's gigantic now.
I've always been into spicy food, but that really kind of reinvigorated my love for hot sauce. And I tried to do a hot sauce company because I was watching it so much.
Yeah,
And the state that I live in, New Hampshire, was pretty strict about how you had to go about it. Every state is because right, you're handling food, acidified food. And I just couldn't get it off the ground. So ultimately I started to do this, but yeah,
bummer.
man. Yeah, that's just how it goes, man. I'm
Yeah,
gonna get back to it eventually.
I think Pennsylvania is a little more lenient.
Yeah.
You
They
know.
yeah. They changed some laws here about it. Like before you had to do the whole commercial kitchen thing, which I still probably will do. Um, but now you can actually like have the inspector come to your house and look at your kitchen and stuff and let you do
Yeah,
whatever your home if you want.
that's
But
how I started.
yep, it's
Yep,
the
I was in my house and kind of just turned my whole house into a hot sauce making facility,
yeah,
which
I don't
it's not the greatest, but it also you're paying the rent anyways,
right.
so why not?
I don't think my family would appreciate me cooking hot chilies here. Um, I I I had an apartment before and I was doing it there, so it didn't really bother anyone except for my partner when she was over and she'd be like getting gassed out while I'm cooking.
Yeah,
So I was just
whenever
like
you run
every
that
door.
that hot water into the sink for the first time, it
Oh, right in
so
the
yeah.
eyes, man, right in the eyes. So were you like growing your own chilies and stuff for a while? Do you still like where do
Yeah,
you
I
source?
started the very first year I grew like 5 plants and I loved it. And then the next year I grew about 70 plants. And then the next year was like 280 and then like 500.
Start to
Just
run out
kind
of room?
of, yeah, it started to get crazy. Then I had to like tone it back down a little bit because it was just too many.
Yeah.
We were having trouble even getting all the peppers picked,
Right, right.
which and then I feel bad. I'm like, oh, I'm leaving peppers out there in the field and it's, you know,
Snowing. It, uh,
yeah.
it is a lot of work too, man, and it's a lot of maintenance. It's a labor of love, especially when you're trying to like make hot sauce and stuff. It's like, you want to pick them all. I really love growing weird varieties. Any like weird seed I can get my hands on, I'll try to grow. And that's kind of where I'm at now because I was growing to cook before, and I'll still do that to kind of just like make batches for fun to give to people, but growing commercially, it's crazy, man. It gets out of control very quick, and I think you know that.
Yeah. Yeah, well that's fun.
It's a lot of
It's
fun.
great to see them grow and come to fruition after many, many months.
Is it? And that's the other thing about growing your own chilies. If you're not sourcing them from a farm or buying mash or something, is like they all tend to ripen, or they're ready at different times, right? So like you got your super
Yeah.
hots that can take like 2 months to ripen up. And then you have your like jalapenos, which can take a long time to ripen up, but Most people don't eat ripened jalapenos. I wish they did. Wish you could buy them. They're
They're
way better.
delicious.
No,
Yeah.
they're my favorite, man. That's probably my favorite thing to look forward to every summer is going out and picking jalapenos
Yeah.
and cooking them up.
Uh, Serranos when they're ripe, or shishitos when they're
Yep.
ripe.
Yep.
Delicious.
Yep. Actually, I got a couple shishito plants out in the yard right now. We finally put them out. And then this year I'm growing farmers market jalapenos. I don't know if you've seen those ones in particular, but they're very corked. So they get very scaly. They're very
Mm,
cool. I've never had success growing them, but I do jalapenos every year. And this year is like, you know what? I want to do jalapenos. I want to try something different. So we'll see how it goes, man. But that's
yeah.
cool. Do you like to grow all the weird varieties too, or you just
I
keep it plain
mean,
and
like
simple?
at the beginning I did, but now it's just kind of what I need.
Right.
You know, the lemon drop pepper is one of the big ones that I use. Scorpion, Reaper, couple of different 7 pots, and some Ghost habanero,
Yep. Red or orange?
orange.
My man. I love those. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, why
Orange
not?
hobs. I'll go for them, man. I'll eat reds, but I like the orange ones better. They're just more fun.
Yeah,
Um,
I've had a sauce or two with red habaneros that I liked,
yep.
and good flavor. But
It
the
ain't the
orange,
same.
orange is
Mm.
great.
Yeah. I find them be a lot more prolific too than the red ones too. Whenever I
Yeah.
grow orange ones, those plants load up. And I love how like veiny they get. It's kind of weird. Um, so going through your website, you have a lot of different flavors, and I skimmed through it and I picked 4 to have, and we mentioned that we're gonna come back and do more another time. But like, what's your process for developing flavors? Like, you try to keep it unique. You always try to do something that's like not necessarily been done before. Like, what goes through your mind when you're coming up with this?
That is kind of a hard question and hard to say.
Fair.
I think, I've always been like on the artist side of things, as opposed to the business side. And sometimes you just have like inspiration or a thought, or sometimes you'll see something that somebody else has done, and that'll spark, you know, maybe a certain ingredient or something, and that'll spark like something in your head. And then, usually what I do is I write down everything that maybe I want to put in it, and then that's when, like, if I want to go for it, that's when the test batch sessions begin.
Well, yeah,
And could be, you know, in the beginning, it was probably a lot of test batches to get to where I wanted to go with it. And it can be hard because sometimes you don't know, you know, you know that it's good, but you don't know if it's like as good as it can possibly be sometimes. And so sometimes you have to make a few more test batches, and then you're like, nope, I hit it like on this one previously or whatever. So it's kind of a trial and error until you think you have it right. And I kind of sometimes I'll have other people taste them and get their opinions, but usually I just kind of trust my own instinct and go with what I like because I'm the artist, and you have to trust yourself whenever you're doing something like that and just believe in it. So that's pretty much my process.
absolutely, man. And as important as community feedback is, at the end of the day, it's your product and you have to like what you're selling. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that's important.
yeah, if you can stand behind what you're selling and confidently be like, I love this, then people probably will also. Like, it's a huge part of it.
Yeah, and if they don't, that's okay too. Everybody's different. You can't please everybody all the
Nope.
time. You lucky to please some people some of the time. So,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, just kind
Everyone,
of you do it, and then like if nobody likes it or nobody buys it, then you could shelve it or whatever. You know, uh, take it as a loss. But I think I've been pretty lucky so far with everything I've done, and there's like the Adjika, let's say, is probably my least selling hot sauce, but it's got amazing fresh flavors. And so I think, sometimes there's sauces that get overlooked just because maybe the name doesn't hit people right or just the ingredients in general. So that's why it's really important to go out there and sample for people and let people, try it. And then how can they say no after they try it?
Yeah, I have an Adjika seasoning in my cabinet right now, and I absolutely love it. So that's actually the main reason I bought this sauce is because I have an Adjika seasoning that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I want to try this. Do you hit
That
up
one,
lots of like expos and farmers markets and stuff, or like what's your shtick?
yeah. I mean, in the beginning, I was doing like a festival or a beer fest or something like that every other weekend or once a month, something like that. And then at one point, it was about 2 years in, I was thinking like, yeah, it's always a hard question of like, when do you go all in full time or not? And I had a brewing job and I got let go because they couldn't afford to pay me anymore. And so I was able to get some like unemployment money. And like that was when I decided, all right, I'm just gonna go all in and see what happens, see if I can pay my bills, with this. And so that's when it kind of really started full time. And I was doing like 5 markets a week. So it'd be like Wednesday, Thursday. There was a one like all day market on Tuesday that I was going to. And then I was usually doing like two on Saturday.
Wow,
And I would have somebody else run one of them while I went to the other one. And that's how it started. Yeah.
that's like a whole leap of faith right there. I'm just kind of, all right, let's make it work, and it seems like you have.
Yeah, I think at that time I might have had like 5 to 7 sauces, at that point. So I
Uh-huh.
had a decent amount to offer. And then I also had met a lady who makes the pretzels and the popcorn, or the pretzels and the hot candied nuts. And so I give her the spices, and then she kind of blends them up and packages them so that I would have something else to offer besides just hot sauce at my stands. Because some people are afraid of hot sauce, don't like it, whatever. So it's good to have like something else to offer.
It's awesome, man. I like to hear that kind of stuff. It's always like a small beginning that it
And
just
coming
evolves.
from craft beer, there's a lot of collaborations in craft beer. So I was always kind of about that and doing stuff with other companies too, because anytime you do a collaboration, you usually learn something that you didn't know already. Whether it's like using some other ingredient or whatever it is, packaging, anything. So it's good to collaborate, and you usually learn something from that. And it's like a dual, you know, usually it's a dual, like promotion or advertisement or whatever too.
Yeah, yeah. The Venn diagram between hot sauce and beer it overlaps quite a bit, man. Do
Yeah.
you ever put hops in your sauces at all? You ever used any hops ever?
The only problem with that is that hops are so bitter,
Yeah.
because whenever you brew a beer, you're taking all the sugar out of the malt. And so that's why the hops are added to cut through all that sweetness and add bitterness. You know what I mean?
Right.
Otherwise, it would just be so sweet, you probably wouldn't even drink it. And so it becomes hard to just mix hops into a hot sauce like that. So I haven't done it yet. So
It I tasted some from a company that has done it, and it was definitely strange. It wasn't bad. I liked it. It was just a unexpected kind of flavor. So I was just curious, man, because you're into both
yeah,
of those realms.
I think
Um,
there's a hot sauce company out there that like has some kind of beer or hops in like all their sauces.
yes, yeah, they actually
Are they in New
I
York or somewhere?
Connecticut, I think.
Connecticut?
I think, yeah, because they were at the I went to the first annual New England Spicy Shark Hot Sauce. It's a mouthful. Hot Sauce
Yeah.
Festival. And they were there, so I tasted it and I bought some, and I thought it was really good, but it wasn't like I don't know. I'm not huge huge into hops, But I thought it was an interesting profile, and the way the guy was explaining to me, that the hops in the capsaicin kind of cancel each other out. So like the heat will be present, but it's not as extreme. And I don't know what truth there is to that.
Yeah.
But I found that to be kind of interesting.
Yeah. I think there are some ingredients that, you know, can kind of fight against the heat, but
Right. But depending on what you put on that stuff, man, you can't really beat the heat of like a Carolina Reaper usually, or in a sauce like or something in that realm. We all know there's many peppers that are hotter than that, but man, that's
what?
yeah,
No way.
yeah. You ever
I
have a dragon's breath pepper?
have not.
They so that was the unofficial hottest pepper until Ed Carey came out with the had the Pepper X tested. That
Right.
was like the unofficial, and those things are ripping hot. So it's like a Carolina Reaper, a lot smaller and a lot angrier.
Yep.
And I've eaten a chunk of one before, and it did not do me any good.
Yes.
Definitely interesting.
I've
Definitely
seen
interesting.
pictures and videos, but yeah, I've never had one.
Yeah, and I was gifted some seeds, so naturally I had to grow it out.
Of course.
Um, man, so cool, man. I want to like highlight some of these sauces we brought rather. So we did talk a little bit about the Adjika. Um, I want to talk about the ingredients real quick. So you got white vinegar, tomato, sweet onion, red bell pepper, green apple. I find that very unique. Um, I've never seen that in a hot sauce, actually. That's really cool. Orange habanero, love of my life. Fresh garlic, carrot, salt, cayenne powder, sugar, amaretti green apple. Is that two different kinds of green apples? What's an amaretti green apple?
No, it's that comes from the craft beer world.
Ah,
It's like an apple green apple extract. And I
ooh,
just put like a tiny bit in there just to get a little bit of extra apple flavor that you kind of lose when you process the apples.
that's cool, man. I've never heard of that before. And also, I'm looking at your bottle now. So usually when I'm talking to people, I don't really read what's on the bottle until I'm talking to them directly. Just for like the element of surprise or
Did you plan this heavenly light that's on your face right now, or
no, it's just the time of day. I have a window rain for me. Um, I
just
don't
had
know
to
how
acknowledge it?
I, it's like, dude, it looks like on my other camera, I have like like a strip of light on my beard. Let's
Yeah,
see if I can move over.
I think it's gonna
Oh,
keep
there we go.
following you, but yeah,
No, this is good. This is good. The other camera actually follows me when I move too, so it's nice. So I'm looking at your. Thanks for pointing that out. I'm looking at your bottle here. Hot Heads Official LLC. Is that your official business name?
yeah, because Hot Heads was my original name.
Okay, okay. And that's before the trademark thing,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
okay. I see. Cool. All right, moving on. So we're gonna move on to this one. It's a little bit hotter, it looks like. This is the Phantasm. My camera's going nuts. What are you doing? Here we go. Hello, it's me, Matt. Um, so the Phantasm, we
Or
got.
if you want to maybe just open up the Ajika and try it now, we could do that.
I'm gonna save it to the end because I'm gonna do them all in sequence. And
Okay.
but we will. I'm excited. I'm excited. So we have sweet onion, orange bell pepper, white vinegar, red ghost pepper, honey, garlic, olive oil, sugar, salt, and black pepper. So this one looks good. I actually love hot sauce with honey in it. It kind of brings a cooling sensation that complements the heat very well. It also adds a touch of sweetness. These look great.
Yeah. Phantasm's kind of my gourmet, put it on anything, just a really nice blend of onion, garlic, pepper, you know. That's
It's
what I was
beautiful.
going for that one.
I love
That
the
one
color.
that one's another one that gets overlooked. And I think partly it's because of the color and partly because of the name, but
I like
it's
it.
it's fantastic.
It reminded me of I think there's a horror movie called Phantasm.
Probably.
And I think that's why I
I was
bought
trying
it
to think of a
actually.
different word for ghost,
Yeah.
and that's how
Hey,
that came about.
it's a good one. Moving on. We got Sweet Wave, Mango, Jalapeno. Oh, sun's following me again. So this one, we got mango. First ingredient. So this must be packed with mango. White vinegar, yellow bell pepper, green jalapeno, sweet onion, sorry, stuttered, garlic, sugar, olive oil, salt, black pepper. Standard. I dig it. I like that mango is the first ingredient though. That means it's gonna be a very sweet sauce.
Yeah, this was the first sauce that I ever like finalized
Ah,
for the company.
so we got an OG.
It's very mild. Anybody can handle this one, I would say. Even, kids, people who say they can't handle heat. It's
Good.
very mild, so and delicious.
I'm gonna put that to the test. I'm gonna have my friends test it. So I do a wing night every now and then. I'm
Yeah.
gonna eventually record it. So I'm happy I have all these like new sauces to put in my lineup. But what I'll do is I keep talking about it on the show. I gotta get to it, man. Um, I make a batch of wings, big batch. I line up about 20 hot sauces. I put flashcards out with numbers and we roll 20-sided dice to determine which sauce that we're going to eat, whether it's hot or not. So
Uh,
I think now that I have these, I'm gonna switch them into my lineup. So if you're cool with that.
yeah, little Dungeons and Dragons wing night.
Yeah, man. Exactly, dude. I used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering, so I have all these 20-sided die. Big nerd here. I want to point out, dude, I like this little like chili pepper ornament behind you.
Oh,
so,
this yeah,
so
I have a few of these that I put on my Christmas tree, and somehow that one just didn't make it back in the box.
was that an actual bonsai or something at one point?
This it's like an aloe type
Oh,
bonsai.
that's
It's
cool.
pretty. It needs watered. So I'm so busy that it's like
Yeah, it's like dying.
just dying.
I like that. Have you ever seen a bonsai before?
Possibly.
So it's like a bonsai chili plant.
Mm.
Very cool. This guy, Matt Ollendorf. Check out his Instagram, Matt's Peppers. He's like a pepper mad scientist, dude. He
I
creates,
probably have seen a picture of that
dude,
at some
he
point.
is nuts. I've bought seeds from him before plenty of times. Really cool dude. He but he is known for doing bonchis and he does like these mutant varieties of these like really stringy looking leaves and they're wild, but you should definitely check them out. That's what I saw that thing in the background. I was like, that looks like a bonchi, but
That's cool.
so moving on, we got hot Java. I'm particularly excited for this. Um, I usually don't peep ingredients, but this one I did a little bit. I didn't read the whole thing, but they're going to read them now and we're going to talk about them. This is a collaboration with Elementary Coffee Company. Very cool. I like they have this little like Baphomet Starbucks logo. That's cool. Um, Um, cherry bomb peppers, sweet onion, cherry balsamic, espresso balsamic, habanero pepper, black rose coffee, dark molasses, cacao, garlic, salt, turbinado sugar, olive oil, cherry powder, and citric acid. This sounds absolutely bonkers, dude. This is,
Yeah.
oh man,
Just went going for like a deep, dark, rich, you know,
yeah.
delicious sauce that's really it's really kind of intricate and crazy flavors and yeah, it's really nice.
The color is very deep too. I gotta say, I love cherry bomb peppers, dude. Those are some of my favorite ones to grow and eat. I like popping them off, like the tops off, and filling them with cheese and herbs and roasting them. Oh
Yep.
yeah, chef's kiss, bro.
That's what most people do with them. Yep.
Yeah, those are fantastic. Um, and this again, I don't really have anything crazy hot from you, so we'll revisit those at another time. Um, but that's awesome, man.
The
I'm happy.
Phantasm's going to be the hottest
Yep. Yeah, I can tell that. It's got ghost pepper.
by a little
I'm
bit.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared, dude.
You'll be
Um,
fine.
of course, absolutely, man. So, like, do you have any sauces at restaurants or like how?
No.
No.
Um there's a few stores I'm in. like little local or like unique stores, craft stores kind of thing. But and then we just sell online, and then we just go to events and things like that.
It's awesome, man. I'm excited we're gonna get to meet this summer. It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be awesome. My sauce is like too expensive for like a most restaurants. It'd probably have to be like a high end or a restaurant that has a lot of money to, you know.
Hey man,
Uh,
you want the artisan stuff, you gotta pay the artisan price.
yeah, yeah. I mean, when you can get, franks for like almost nothing or whatever, Tabasco, it's just a cheap
Basic.
alternative, a basic alternative, and you're not going to break the bank on. Most restaurants don't have extra money anyway. You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean? So it would be great to you know collab with a chain or something like that. But I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing till something pops up.
Hey, I think you could do it, man. There's definitely gotta be something someplace out there that wants to feature this on their table and pay for it. Just it happens, dude. It happens. Do you have any like good stories of like customer feedback or them like tasting
Um,
something and freaking out maybe or
yeah, I mean, I sent my hot sauce to Bert Kreischer, the comedian,
really?
and he shared it like on his stories, and he like ran to the fridge and showed my lemon drop, and he was like, "This one, I love this one," and so that was really cool. He's mentioned it a couple times. Like when they did a show in Philly outside during the pandemic, we went to that show, and I got them hot sauce, and they were like tasting it on the bus afterwards, and he did like a little story about having the hot chocolate or whatever. So that was really cool. I wouldn't mind being like hot sauce to the stars or something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I like that, man.
I'm
That's
trying to
sick.
I'm trying to work on doing like a collaboration with a few different people. So we'll see. Nothing's for
Yeah,
certain, but it might happen at some point.
it could happen. I mean, you've had your sauce on Hot Ones and Bert Kreischer's talking about your sauce, so I think
Yeah,
there's potential there, man.
I've
I think
basically
that
done local collaborations, but I also did the Scoville Scalé and Seven Pot Club was kind of a part of that on
yep,
YouTube.
I love that guy.
Rob Coleman,
Yep.
yeah, he does funny videos and shows you like everything that he's doing to grow his peppers and what peppers he's growing, and he always grows like 100 different peppers every
Mhm.
year. So that was really cool. And the first batch, he grew some of the peppers, and I grew some of the peppers, and yeah, it was just a really fun little project.
I love Seven Pot Club. Actually, I'm trying to find it.
Do you have your membership card?
I do actually. Yeah, it's right here, man. Oh, it's right there.
Wow,
Yeah, man. I've had that for a
pulling it
few years now.
out.
Oh yeah, I had it. I had it on demand. Um, yeah, dude, I love his YouTube channel. That guy's funny, funny,
Yeah,
funny, and he like sings his little songs and stuff. And
yeah. He made a whole song about the hot sauce. It's
yeah,
great.
and I love his yard too. Like he like lines the whole like front of his house with pepper plants. I'm sure his backyard's crazy too, man.
Yeah, I'm sure he's known as the pepper guy around his all of his community.
That's what I want to be, man. That's what I want to be. I was telling my partner when we have our own house, currently we're living with her folks right now, so we can save up my house. But I was like, I'm gonna line the whole front of our house with chili plants. She's like, okay.
It's a cool
um,
look.
yeah, man, I love that kind of stuff, dude. What do you got coming down on the pipeline though? Anything new?
In what way?
Like
Like
new,
product
yeah,
or
products or events or anything like.
I'm working. Well, I had a few like spice blends prior to the whole rename and everything, so I'm working to get those back. I just need to get enough money to get the labels printed for all these. I've got some new ones coming. I had a few. I had like five of them before. Now I'm gonna have like four of those original five plus a bunch of other ones that I came up with along the way. So we're doing that, and then there's a couple other things I'd like to do, but I'm just kind of, you know, one thing at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Try not to
I
get overwhelmed.
I opened a restaurant like 2 years ago, which has been crazy and exhausting, and you know, kind of sucked all my money into that. So hopefully, we're kind of getting to the point where we're paying the bills and maybe we'll even make some money. So I'm hoping for that, and but it's good. It gets the name out and gives people a place to come and know that they can go there and buy the sauce. So I never had a storefront before the restaurant, so we sell everything there as well. And
Cool.
I'm also brewing the beer there. So
Ben,
it's I'm
you got your hands full, bro.
full time, man, all the
All of
time.
that. All of that, man. So technically you are at a restaurant.
Yeah, you're lucky I'm not doing anything today.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we've been
Yeah, I
trying
mean
to collaborate for
it's
a couple weeks, and it's like, oh, this time, nah,
even on
this
my
time,
days off is something, you
yeah,
know.
of course. Honestly, man, my hands aren't quite as full as yours, but definitely right there with you, man. I didn't
Yeah,
want to mention, I like your logo a lot. It's really cool, man. I,
thank you.
I, I like that it is consistent throughout, but you changed the color scheme. It's pretty sweet. So,
Yeah, I think that's important.
who
You want
did
to
that?
you want something that when people see it, they immediately know that it's you if they know
Yeah.
you already. Um, so that's we just kind of go for that and keep it nice and clean, and yeah,
Okay. Is this based off a real photograph?
it is.
That's
It
awesome.
was it's a real photograph that hangs in the restaurant. Um, there was an artist. It was actually one of Rob Coleman's friends in Minnesota, artist. He did a thing with Rob where he turned it into like a cartoon aspect kind of thing, and then I asked him if he could do it for me too, and then I had it. Wasn't really going to use it for anything. I just thought it was cool, but then when we had to rebrand, I was like, oh, maybe we can use this, and I can just promote me, you know, behind the company, and so that's how that came about.
That's awesome, man. You'll have to give me his name so I can give him a plug. This is really cool.
Yes, I will try to find that.
Cool, man. Well, I guess we can start cracking into these, man.
Yeah,
Do you suggest the Adjika first?
I would start with Sweet Wave because that's the
Sweet way.
mildest.
All right.
You know.
Oh, oh, thank you. Perforation. Oh, let me
Yes,
make sure I got.
absolutely.
Let me make sure I got everything in order here. All right. I
Shake
have.
well, and sometimes you gotta pop the top and shake well. The hot Java is one of those that separates, and you really gotta shake that one.
Okay.
The rest should be fine.
All right. So we're starting with Sweet Wave. We'll just go over the ingredients again. I know we just did a couple minutes ago, but in case people have ADD and forgot, mango right up front, white vinegar, yellow bell pepper, green jalapeno, sweet onion, garlic, sugar, olive oil, salt, and black pepper. Give it a good shake. No, I have to just kind of love it. Perforation. So nice, dude. There we go. Shake,
Are we going on a spoon or what are we doing?
spoon, bro. But for those listening, I do follow up episodes where I
This one
will
is
eat this.
nice on chips, chicken, all kinds of things. I think some people put it on their eggs.
Smells interesting. Let's see. Jalapeno. Ooh, there we go. Jalapeno sauces are always so like not what I'm expecting, but let's see. Ooh. I was expecting that to be like way more mango-y, but it's just smooth and tasty.
Yeah, it's kind of a sauce you could put on the table.
Yeah,
The whole family could use that one, no problem.
I like that. I can taste the yellow bell pepper in it actually, as well as the garlic. The mango, it is sweet, but I don't get, you know how like mango can be a very like upfront flavor sometimes? I don't
Hmm.
necessarily get that from this. Try another spoon. It's really good. I get the garlic.
I'm a big fan of pepper and using pepper as like the main ingredient, you
Dude,
know.
this is awesome, dude. It's not what I was expecting at all. It is a little sweet though. It is sweet.
Yeah.
All right, spoon 3. That's how you know it's good, man. I've eaten 3 spoons of it.
I've had quite a few reviewers drink like whole bottles of my hot sauce already.
Woo! I'm not that crazy, man. just a little crazy. That's bomb, dude.
Thank
Interesting.
you.
Super interesting. Not what I was expecting.
You could drown a taco in that.
I could, and I probably will because I'm going to eat tacos tonight. So, all right. What do you think I should do next?
um, Adjika maybe.
All right, let's do it. We got Adjika. Oh, the sun's going down, so I'm looking a little darker here.
The yeah. So this one, I guess I don't know. I guess the war in Ukraine kind of, you know, made me go. I wonder if Ukraine has hot sauce. And so I did like a big search, and I think there's like one company maybe in the whole country maybe that does hot sauce. But I kept finding this Ajika like salsa thing, and I guess it's kind of a little different in like every different region. So I just looked up different ingredient lists and things like that. So it's this hot sauce is basically a hot salsa turned into a hot sauce. And I use like super fresh ingredients, which gives it just an awesome flavor. And I went with the green apple because they usually have some sort of apple. I don't think it's a green apple in
Mhm.
their salsa, but some kind of apple. Um, so I wanted to go with the green apple and some kind of tomato as well.
Yep.
So
Oh,
yeah, it's unique, it's different.
I'm about it. Like I was saying, I do have a Adjika. Pardon me.
Spice
Turn this
blend,
other light on. Yeah, I have a spice blend. There's my light switch here. There we go. Much better.
beautiful.
All right. So we'll go over the ingredients one more time. We know it has apples, but we're gonna say it again. White vinegar, tomato, sweet onion, red bell pepper, green apple, orange habanero, fresh garlic, carrot, salt, cayenne powder, sugar, amaretto green apple, which is like an extract that you put in beer or something. Little shake here, good little shake noodle. We got the good old trusty spoon. All right, pop that open. Oh, wow. I can smell the tomato in it. Trying to place the smells. The tomato is up front. I can totally smell that. Onion. Okay. We just gotta try it. We gotta go in.
This is
And
my favorite to put this on is like roasted potatoes.
hmm,
So good.
ooh,
But chips
that's
and dip.
really good, dude. That is kind of like liquidy salsa. I
Yeah.
like that. It reminds me of the seasoning I have a little bit too. Not completely. I like this, man. I would definitely do this on roasted potatoes, and maybe I'll try that out this week because I have some little like fingerling potatoes that I'm gonna cut
Yeah.
up and use. This
It
is
would work
good.
well on like a breakfast burrito, any kind of
Yeah.
burrito. Just chips, tortillas.
Hmm. Now I don't get the flavor of apple too much. Maybe a little tartness. However, this has got a good texture to it, right? The apple
Hmm.
probably plays a big part of that. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it helps. I, I don't use any xanthan gum or anything like
Oh,
that in my sauces, so I'm always looking for an ingredient to like help with the thickening or you know give it a nice consistency.
that's tasty, man. It is definitely a little spicier than the other one, but obviously I'm gonna go
Yeah,
down.
not your
Sure.
average hot sauce.
No, it's not. I think most people could enjoy this, dude. Honestly, I'd put this on pizza, bro. That'd
That
be
could
so
work.
that'd be
Yeah.
so good. I like it, man.
Thank you.
It was partially what I was expecting, but better. I'm happy. I like this better than the seasoning I have. I was putting the seasoning on rice and stuff,
Yeah.
and I guess I could do that with this too, but
Yeah, that would work.
I think like pizza, potatoes, like you were saying. And I just want to I didn't note it before. We have a heat indicator on all the sauces. So this is 2 out of 5. Excuse me. The sweet wave was a 1 out of 5. Ah, I'm out of focus. That's okay. You guys get it.
Yeah, the sweet wave is probably like a 0.5 out of 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that.
That there was no heat to that. It was super, super tasty though. Super,
Yeah.
super tasty.
Just whatever the jalapeno brings, basically.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna move on, I think, to hot Java. I'm so excited. Again, I love this little Baphomet guy. It's cool. Shake it up. And to just go over the ingredients, I think out of everything that I have here, this has the most ingredients in it. But they're all really awesome ingredients. I can read every single word. It's not like emulsifiers and crap. Cherry bomb peppers. If you have not had cherry bomb peppers before, guys, they're like these little red orbs. They look like cherries. They're spicy. They're sweet. They're like my next favorite thing to ripen jalapeno. Cherry bomb peppers, sweet onion, cherry balsamic, super interesting. Espresso balsamic, super interesting. Habanero pepper, black rose coffee, dark molasses, cacao, garlic, salt, turbinado sugar, olive oil, cherry powder, and citric acid. Am I going to be bouncing off the walls eating this, man?
I don't think so.
Because even if I were, that'd be okay.
I also make a uh, spiced coffee using the same beans, and I just blend that into a bag with pepper powder and
Ooh,
spicy coffee.
I'm yet to try spicy coffee, man. Some
It's
people have
in,
talked to me about it.
it's interesting.
Yeah, and I can imagine. This other sauce I got, these people were telling me that they do it with coffee. They were suggested to. And it was interesting because it's like caramelized onion sauce,
Yeah.
garlic. So all right, and these little things in your lids are and push them back down. All right, I smell the molasses. I smell coffee.
Cherry?
Yeah, yeah, I do. This is. Let's give it a shot, man. This is very fascinating. This is unique. People buy a lot of this one.
This is another one that kind of gets overlooked a little bit, but I think once people find it, then they like it a lot.
Yeah, it's because it's interesting,
Pretty
dude.
complex.
I think people are afraid of weird sometimes,
It's
but
really good, like rubbed on like a grilled meat, you
yeah,
know.
that's the vibe
Steak,
I was getting from looking at it.
pork. Yeah, real nice.
Yo, cherry right up front. This is bomb, dude. People need to know this.
Do
Holy moly.
you know Brian Ams?
Yeah, yeah.
I think he reviewed it and he just sent me a message privately and he was like, "This is like my top 5
Dude, this is
for
awesome.
flavor." You know,
I was not, I'll just say, although I'm not sure what I'm going into or wasn't, this, I thought this was going to be way more coffee forward. I get cherry out of it the most. This is fantastic, dude. I love this. I'm probably gonna crush this bottle, dude. I'm on spoon 3 already. I'm not like a hot sauce bottle drinker person. I just taste it and think about it and then eat it with food. But oh
yeah, I don't drink it like out of the
no,
bottle.
no. But dude, when I was a teenager, I would get up in the middle of the night and just take a shot of Frank's. I don't know why.
Just to toughen yourself up.
Yeah. This is really good, brother.
Thank you.
This is definitely, if you're saying people haven't really bought it, it's an unsung hero. you, I think this is definitely in my top favorites. And
Oh,
my
really good on sushi.
okay,
Little like a if you got eel or eel sauce, really nice. Just a little dab or two.
I'll mention that to my partner. She's part Japanese and loves sushi and is a little
Nice.
snobby when it comes to it. So I'm
I
gonna be
pretty
like,
much
try this.
love everything Japanese.
Me too, man. Oh, that's
I used to play table tennis.
oh really?
I had my own built my own koi pond and had that for a number of years.
You ever
I,
been?
I took Ishinryu karate. No, I haven't, but it's a bucket list thing
Same,
for sure.
same. Yeah, we're trying to get to that point.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
We wanna like have a child and stuff. And I was like, well, before we have a child, we need to take a couple trips because we're gonna be so busy after we have a kid.
Yep.
No, this is awesome. I say this with complete honesty. I love this. I was not expecting to love it as much as I do. It's awesome. It is very complex too. It's
Yeah.
a little sweet. It's not like overly sweet, but the cherry notes kind of hit me right up front.
Hmm.
And then you get this kind of like savoriness to it. It's kind of like I don't want to say it's like soy sauce, but it kind of reminds me of a soy sauce without having any soy sauce in it. You know what I mean? This has that
Yeah.
like umami flavor to it, I guess.
Less salt and more
Yeah,
and unique flavor.
I like it. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
All right, brother. And we are going to move on to the last and hottest. This is the Phantasm. It has ghost pepper. My camera's out of freaking. There we go. Yay. All right. Phantasm. That's a 3 out of 5 on here. All right. Sweet onion, orange bell pepper, white vinegar, red ghost. Excuse me. Honey, garlic, olive oil, sugar, salt, and black pepper. So I think you do use black pepper in a couple of these. Yes, you use it in the sweet wave also, and I was able to pick it out. So let's see how it is in this. Shake it up real good. Find the perforation. There you are. Oh yeah. I also want to say thanks for the sticker, man. I love stickers,
Yeah,
especially it has
absolutely.
your face on it.
Usually I send a sticker with every single order online and
It's good
you know,
business.
usually write out a little thank you note.
Oh, yes, you did. You did that for me too. Oh, almost. I haven't tasted it. And it might be the similarity in some of the ingredients in here. I just want to
Mm.
compare real quick. I think it's so these kind of smell similar. I know they're going to taste very different though. But it's like,
A lot of times I use bell pepper
yeah,
as, just as something to give me more volume
yeah.
and but it's usually like more like a savory, sweeter, savory kind of flavor and um I try to switch it up and do different things with different sauces, but I do kind of have a profile of onion, garlic, bell
Yep.
pepper, and then whatever else I'm doing with it.
All the staples. All right, let's
Yeah.
try it. I got a big spoonful of this one, man. That's good. It's sweet.
Yeah, the honey kind of takes over at first and
Yeah,
just a nice onion, garlic,
it
pepper.
is. It is. And you know what? The honey isn't on the forefront for the flavor. I've had a couple hot sauces with honey in it, and you can just taste like the honey like immediately. This I don't. I get every
Yeah.
other flavor in it, but I like that it kind of adds that like to that like thickness and that nice pour to it.
Yeah.
Mm,
I think
that's
balance is
mm.
really important with any sauce. Some of them skew sweeter or one way or the other, but
Yeah.
I really try and balance things out as much as possible.
All these are really good. Very like unexpected. Very simple ingredients too, except for the coffee one. That's like the most complex one I have. But like you found the great balance between every single one of these. So I'm on spoon 2 or 3. I don't know. I think I'm on 3.
I think you're on 3.
Onion, garlic. I get the texture from the bell peppers. Yeah, this is good, man. Not super hot. It has ghost pepper, but it it's hot, but it's not like we're gonna do 4. 4 of you. It's awesome, brother. Thank you for sharing these with me, man. These are awesome.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, man. So
Great.
while my face is lighting up a little bit, why don't you tell me where we can find you?
Revolutionaryhotsauce.com. You can order everything there, all our spicy snacks, all the 21 different hot sauces. I've got a few more hot sauces that are in the works and might be out at some point. Um, and then we also have the restaurant at 30 South Market Street in downtown Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. It's about 20 minutes from Harrisburg or 20 minutes from Carlisle, kind of in between the two. And we're probably like 2 hours from Philly and, you know, maybe an hour and a half from Baltimore. So
Awesome, man.
we have people who come up from York and Lancaster and lots of places to get our smash burger and the Nashville hot chicken sandwich. And a lot of the whole idea for the restaurant menu was to create stuff that would incorporate the hot sauce one way or another, or spice, or something like that. So it's pretty cool. We have the wings and the tacos. You can get any hot sauce on those. And then the Nashville hot chicken sandwich, I created the Nashville hot sauce specifically for that and for the restaurant. So that's pretty awesome as well.
Cool, man. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing these. Thanks for coming on. And we got to do it again so I can try some of those other ones that are hotter, like
Yeah.
that Nashville hot. All that food at your restaurant sounds bomb.
I'm also
And
brewing, and I'm brewing like spicy beers with different pepper aspects to them, or some of the beers kind of mimic some of the hot sauces, like jalapeno lime kolsch. I just came out with that one. I'm going to come out with a guavanero, which is going to be habanero and lime. So a lot of fun things happening.
that's cool, man. That sounds very interesting. I've never heard of a like a spicy beer.
Yeah, yeah, it's a thing.
It's cool, man. Well, hey, man, thanks again for coming on.
Thank
Let's
you.
keep in touch, please, brother. And if I don't hear from you sooner than later, I'll see you this summer. All right?
Yeah, can't wait for that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.